We'll go and we'll do our best. We'll put them under pressure. The game is about being effective, being aggressive, winning the ball, getting on with the play. We'll put them under pressure.
Hi, good evening, and welcome to Thfc Till I Die, your home of Tottenham past, present, and an exciting future under Ange Postecoglou. And yes, there's something a little bit different. The most unholiest three men in Ireland has just become the most unholiest man in Ireland. Dave, who is Angel Gabriel, is busy tonight looking for a new Mary and a donkey to take her to the west of Ireland. So he's busy doing what he's normally doing. And as for the devil himself, Mr. Philip Brady, well, he's somewhere down in Leitrim looking for a soul to steal with his golden fiddle. So he may pop in, he may not. There's a problem with his internet. So you're stuck with good old Dermatron. And this is controversial. This is the podcast where we get our views and we look to start not arguments but debates, and debates on subjects that we think that need debating. And I'm going to need your help tonight. I'd be there debating myself, and it wouldn't be very funny debating Dermatron. So I'm going to need you lads and lasses and whoever's watching in the chat. Just basically, what I bring up and talk about, see what you think. We're going to talk a little bit about today, what we were talking about earlier in the show. We're going to go through the race for top four and the race for the drop, who we think is going to go down, who we think is going to stay up. We're going to go a little bit about Sonny as well. But I tell you, instead of me talking about it, let's bring up the topics today. Daniel Levy, not to blame for 3 million bonus, says the Peterborough chairman. Is he right? Is he wrong? We're going to look a bit into that. Then we've got the race for top 4, the race to escape the drop, and lastly, we're going to talk about Sunny 400 not out. So we're going to go through. Also, we're going to go through. Let me just get it up there. The feud scores. Half time. It is, and I can't believe this because when I left it, it was 2-0 Chelsea. It is now half time. It is now Chelsea 2, Manchester United 2. Where the hell did that come from? 2-0 down Chelsea, cruising, and the curse of Poch again strikes Chelsea. They lose a 2-0 lead. Ooh, I said a draw tonight. I would have been happy with a 2-2 draw between Chelsea and Man United, in my opinion. Also, Liverpool have just gone 2-1 up with an absolute screamer from McAllister. He really put that into the top corner. So, well, big up to McAllister. So, Liverpool 2, Sheffield United 0. And what's the other goal? Any other games tonight? No, there are the 2 games. Gallagher after 4 minutes. And then Chelsea, Palmer with a penalty, 2-0 up in 19 minutes. And then 2-2. I say Poch is doing his absolute nut in that dressing room, and Ten Hag is blowing a, he's trying to raspberry of belief in there. Let's see who's in the chat. We've got Corey Boy. We got let me see, can I bring it up? Corey Boy 85. Start already. So my response was, I'll start when I'm ready. And I was only joking, by the way, Corey, just in case if you didn't take it the way it came across, I was joking. We've got Killian Kenny. Big up, Killian. Hope you're doing all right. He says, big up, term. Man U Chelsea predictions. 2-2. I'm going for a 2-2 draw. Well, I might be right. I wasn't 90 minutes into the game. Killian says, mine is 3-2 Man United. Could well be. Could well be. Big up Tequila 316, the chief mod. He says, hello, Dermo. Hello, Tequila. How are you? Killian, Levy out. He's already shouting. Big up, Killian. We've got Tequila put, well put, Killian. And Killian sent Tequila. And then Gerard, big up, Gerard. Said, all goals were gifts in the Man United game. Well, that game is a gift that just keeps coming, keep giving, doesn't it? But look, where we're going to start. And I think we do have to talk about the finances. And we do have to talk about Daniel Levy and this 3 million or £3.5 million bonus. And was he right to take it? It's a difficult question because of the timing of it as well, because of the concessions on the old people's on the season tickets for the old people, then probably not. But it's a hard one tonight. It really is. It's a hard one. I mean, is an Peterborough chairman, Darren McAntony, has come to Levy's defence. Now, he was quite good this morning on Jim White on TalkSport, saying that Daniel Levy is only an employee, that he has a right to take a bonus if he's met certain criteria that he's supposed to hit. He should take his bonus. Now, he also said he hasn't had a bonus in the last 5 years. And it's a bit of bad timing, really, with the season tickets going up and the concessions for the OAPs also being taken away. It hasn't been a great couple of weeks for Mr. Levy, to be fair. But I look, if you do your job and you do it well and somebody pays you a bonus, I don't think why you should not take it. And look, that might sound controversial to some people. It might be a red rag to a bull to some other people. But it's my opinion. And look, if he hasn't taken one for the last 5 years, I think the timing of it couldn't be better. I think he could have taken it quietly without it getting put into the media stream, but it did get put into the media stream for some reason. I don't know why. But do you know what I mean? Right. Do you know, it is what it is. Big up to Killian. It says, Dermo, my question, who will Spurs sign in the summer? Well, I have got a bit of breaking news for you on that, by the way. a little bit of breaking news, which I am going to give you, which I'm glad you're asking, Killian, because you're a good man, good Irish fella, and you want to know. And I will tell you now, because I had just a little text from our source, a little while ago, and basically, let's see now. Let me copy it and let me paste it into our little text one on the lower third. Let's bring it up for you. That there's the 2 players on the shortlist, including Vanovic and Yusuf Malinki from Dortmund. Now, they are the 4. Now, there's been a short list of 4 strikers being signed up. And what my source has sent me this morning, and I'll read it to you this afternoon, it says, internal discussions have begun and will continue tomorrow in regards to the striker issue. At Tottenham, a short list of 4 strikers has been drawn up. 2 of the players on the short list includes Valovic and Yusuf Moukoko from Dortmund. Now, I would love Valovic at Tottenham. I think any Spurs fan would prefer Valovic at Tottenham, to be fair. But we have to go what we can afford. And at the moment, I've been told, and this is, I don't know how true this is, but this is what I've been told on the grapevine, that Tottenham will have around 150 million to spend on players plus sales. So as I said this afternoon, you get rid of 5 or 6 players that want to leave, then you can probably round to 220, 230, 230 million to spend. Now, you got the 15 million for Werner, that might come out of it. I think the transfers that were done in January have already been paid at the January money, so that's already been done. So, 150 plus player sales is not a bad little war chest. It isn't really. Big up to Killian though. We got Tequila saying, where's the 2 other ladies? Well, Dave, as I said earlier, Dave's trying to get Mary to the west of Ireland and trying to find a donkey. So if anyone's got a donkey for the angel Gabriel, please send it his way in Kildare. He's looking for one. But no, I think Dave had to do something with the family. Something come up. He had to do something with the family. So Dave will be back next week. And as for the devil himself, Mr. Philip Brady, as I said earlier, he's looking for a soul to steal down in Leitrim, him and his golden fiddle. His internet's gone, apparently. His internet's gone. He said if it does come back, he will pop on. So he may make an amazing appearance. Who knows? And as for me, Moses. I am keeping this channel together. I've got 5 commandments. The other 5 have been broken. And one of my commandments is, I shall not be late. I shall keep going for you. So I'm keeping to my own commandments. So there you go. That's where they are. We've got no brother Dermatron. And sorry, Dermot. Don't need to be sorry, Killian. Never say sorry, man. You put a question in, I will get to it. No problems whatsoever. Tequila, depends what his remit was. Now, if you're talking about Daniel Levy, then yeah, that's true. Big up to Boris Britt. He says, the thing everyone seems to forget, Dermo, Levy ain't the only one to up prices on tickets. He also has a ball to a piece as well. And that's the problem, Boris Britt. We see Tottenham putting up ticket prices for the first time in 5 years, and it's all hell's broke loose. Now, the concession on OAPs is wrong. We all agree on that. Everyone, man, woman, and child can all agree that was the wrong thing to do. You don't shoot yourself in the foot by putting commission against the people that have been there for 20, 30, 40, 50 years. You don't do that. That's like going out in the middle of a storm and pissing against the wind. There's only one way that piss is going to end up, and that's backing yourself. So he has done a bit of an own goal there. But you are right when you say he also has a ball to appease. He's an employee of Tottenham Hotspur. He may be a director, one of the directors of ENIC. But he doesn't own Tottenham Hotspur. Joe Lewis owns Tottenham Hotspur. Daniel Levy is an employee of Joe Lewis in there as as a CEO. So he has to go to the board and say, this is the targets we have to meet every year. And people seem to forget football clubs are struggling at the moment. Either it's to do with FFP or to do with the living crisis with fuel going up, electricity's going up, prices for food is going up. It hits companies as well. It hits companies as well as it hits you and me in our back pocket. It hits companies as well. And then they've got to put up prices to make that they break even. So running a football club isn't like it was 10 or 15 or 30, 40 years ago, where a club just depended on the gates that it came in. There's a lot more into it now. Transfers have gone up. Players' wages have gone through the roof. You know, you got players back in the day that were on £200-300 a week are now on 50, 60, 70, 80,000 pounds a week. You got to find that money to pay their bills every month. And you've also got to find money to pay agents, to pay other people, scouts, and to run football clubs. Yeah, Tottenham make, I think it's 6 million every home game. But out of that 6 million, they've got a lot of outlays to pay. Security, police, food, and stuff like this. And then they've got to pay the players' wages. They've got to pay the manager's wages. And to be fair, Levy and the board don't take dividends out of the club. Not like the Glazers do. Now, I'm going to get criticised for my stance on this. I don't think I sort of agree with the Peter Betrayman. I don't think Levy should be shouted at for taking a bonus. I really don't. And a lot of people can say, I don't agree with that. Well, that's down to you. You agree what you have your opinion, I have mine. And I think Boris, but he does have a board. Let's see what Tequila has to say. Tequila says, if it's to do with the club growth, he probably deserves one. If it's anything to do with the playing side, he shouldn't get one. Exactly. And I think it's more to do with the club's growth than anything else, Tequila. And I do feel that whatever Daniel Levy does, he's going to get blamed anyway. Even if he was to come out and say, I'm part of the banana splits, he's going to get blamed, saying, oh, that's wrong, you shouldn't be saying that. So, look, whatever it is, he's going to get blamed. And for me, I don't blame him for this. I just think, look, he's met his, whatever achievements he had to meet within his contract, he's met them. And for this year, for whatever reason, he's decided to take up his option of collecting his bonus, where the last 5 years he hasn't. Boris Pitt says, oh, no, not Manu Cuckoo. By the time we sign him, we might come out that he's actually 32 and not 19 years old. Yeah, that's very good. Killian says, no, Werner for me. I like Werner. I think he'd be a good squad player. He's very divisive in the fan base. You like him or you don't. I like him. And I think he'd do a good job for us. We normally spend 100 million plus in the summer. That's it, Tequila. So 150 million plus player sales, a little bit more for Ange to spend. There's 22 donkeys playing at Old Trafford, Dermo. Or he meant Stamford Bridge. Yeah. I mean, get one of them to Dave. Dave needs one for Mary. He's on the phone to me. They're there. Joseph can't get the car going. He needs to get to the west of Ireland, to a stables in the west of Ireland. So anyone got a donkey, let me know. And we'll tell the angel Gabriel that the one on his way to him. The full container isn't working for some reason. I don't know why. Anyway, Tequila says, keep fighting the good fight, Domo. I'll always fight the good fight, Tequila. You know me. I like a bit of a scrap. But you know me. I tell you how I feel. And people have different opinions. I respect their opinion. But as Dave Harris always says, I respect your opinion, but I'm always right. So I look at it that way. And Stafford, I know what you meant, man. I know what you meant. We've got Killian Kenny. Johnny Evans is on for Varane. Jesus, things have got bad for United. Then we've got Varane. Big up Killian. Big up to Greeks. Big up, Nick. Hope you're doing well. Said Geeks of Muckleby. Big up, sir. Hope you're doing well. It says, if the costs are not going down, then the prices have to go up. Simple. Yeah, exactly. Do you know, you can tell me your Sky or your phone bill or whoever's going to say, do you know what, lads? We're going to keep the prices down this year. Or Sainsbury's or Tesco's. Do you know, don't worry, lads. We'll keep the prices down. We'll make a loss for you. Any company has to make a profit. And in football, it's essential you have to make a profit. So you can put that profit back within the football club to buy players that will get you to the next level. And we're the only club, I think us and I forget the other club who hasn't put up their ticket prices for season tickets for the last 5 years. It's Tottenham or another club. It was bound to happen. It was bound to happen. And look, the concessions, I say it again, is a bad move. But look, normal season ticket holders, if you don't want to pay the season ticket, then don't buy your ticket. Make a statement. There's no point buying your ticket but complaining about it. It's like going down to Sainsbury's and buying a leg of lamb and thinking, do you know what? I'm not going to buy this leg of lamb for, say, €15, but I'm going to buy it anyway, but I'm going to complain about buying it. And then just don't buy the damn thing. Simple. We've got Bryce, but everyone also forgets that signing on bonuses ain't all paid in one go, as well as they're paid over. Are paid in one go, as well as they're paid over time. If someone has a 10 million signing on bonus, they get paid over the years of contract. That is so true. Yeah, that is so true. That's right, Boris, but absolutely. Killian says, Night Tottenham TTG. Haven't got TTG for a long time. But THFC till I die. When's Dave live again? I have no idea, lad. Absolutely no idea. I don't know when he's live again, to be fair. But big up. And we've got Tequila said, yeah, I understand the tickets are going up. Can't justify what they're doing to the OOPs, though. Seems callous. And that's the bit I agree, Tequila. I agree with the last bit. The OOP thing does seem callous to me. And it does seem it's bad timing, it's bad PR, and it's bad for the PR for Daniel Levy, where he's done so much to try to get on the good side of the fans, and then they pull a stunt like this. Now, look, I think Tottenham will amend this. I think they will amend this at the end of the day. I really do. But we just have to wait and see. And Killian is saying night yeardos. And the night chat, take care, says Tequila. Right, we're going to move on, as we do. And then what we are going to talk about now, guys, is the race for top four. And where are we going with this? And who's going to get the top four? Who's going to win the league? Well, I have a little thing here, so let me take down the talking points. Oh, hello. Hello. We may have one of the hello. I don't know what's happened here. We will get Philip back in a minute. There we go. Make me do you know what, Philip?
You might only get me for a minute. The internet is coming and going here, Dermot. I don't know how long it's going to last.
Listen, where are you with the Daniel Levy? I just had a good 24-minute rant on it, Philip, right? And the Peterborough chairman, Dara McAntony, said on TalkSport this morning that he didn't see a problem of Daniel Levy taking his bonus, and that he hasn't taken one in 5 years, and that he's only an employee of the club. Do you understand where the Peterborough chairman is coming from? Because I do. I get what he's saying. I do understand what he's saying. I think it's right in what he's saying.
I'm not sure if it's technically correct that he's an employee of the club. He is a director of ENIC, who own the club, right? So I don't know what the legal. He's a minority shareholder of Tottenham. But that doesn't. Yeah, okay. Whether he's an employee or not is open to what's the word I'm looking for? interpretation. Whether he's
Yeah.
entitled to take the bonus, I made the suggestion yesterday that he could earn a lot of brownie points by handing back his bonus, and that would pay for the loss of revenue from by not increasing the seniors' ticket prices.
Yeah.
But I don't think that'll be taken on board. I mean, if he's done, I have no problem with people taking bonuses if they deserve it. I just feel in the current climate with so many people anti-Levy, he might have shot himself in the foot a little bit by taking it. If he'd have declined to take it, like I'm sure he's not short of a bob or two. I'm sure he doesn't need it to pay the electricity bill or anything like that. So, maybe he could have held back on it, but I'm not saying he didn't deserve it because, let's face it, the revenue and everything up from the club, he's increased that. He's increased our profile. He's doing a lot of good work. But I just feel maybe he could have earned brownie points by deferring the bonus or giving it to charity or doing something,
Well, Boris Britt's here, and he made a very good point, and then we're going to move on to the race for the top four, Philip. Thing is that everyone seems to forget Damon Levy ain't the only one to up the prices on tickets. He also has a board to appease as well. Yeah, so when you look at you got to look at it. You can't look at it one way, Philip, and look at it as a football fan. You got to look at it from the outside the box, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Am I wrong to say that, or do you think that's the right way? Is that the logical way to look at it?
Yeah. I mean, listen, a lot of people look at ways. They look at it in a way that suits their view on Daniel Levy. People that don't like Daniel Levy will be against him getting it. People that are in his favor will say, yeah, he deserves it. And people might say, well, like I am, like maybe he should have done something different. He should have maybe deferred it or give it to charity or whatever, But I what's done is done now. I know the figures for the year. I know we made a big loss last year, but
I've got the figures here, Philip. Let me just bring them up.
But that doesn't include Harry Kane's transfer. Anything after the 30th of June is not included,
No.
So it's not too worrying as such,
This is what I've got here, Philip. Now, this is June 2023 to June 2022. So they're all the figures for the match receipts and everything. Are they about the figures you've got, Philip? Are they about right?
Well, I've got the what I have here is the income for the club was 549 million.
Yeah, that's what I've got here, 549.6 million.
Yeah, the operating expenses are up 21% to 487.9 million. And there's a loss of 86.8 million put down significant and continued investment in the playing squad. So that's what's caused the loss. But again, that's only up to the 30th of June. So we still have to take the other money into consideration. So we're not looking at those figures. You might think, oh my God, we're going to be in FFP trouble. We're not. Yeah. We're not. It's done over a 3-year average. And, this is just this year. So, no, I mean, they're good. I mean, the income going up by over 105 million is quite staggering when you think about it,
It is. Apparently, my Tequila says, Dermot, your column's wrong. I actually copied and pasted the column. All I did was put in the things in blues, what I put in. The figures were already there. So these figures I copied and pasted of the Tottenham Hotspur website, Tequila. Now maybe I might have got the years mixed up or some of this mixed up.
No, it's June 23. It's up to the 30th of June, so 549.6 is the correct revenue.
Yeah. So maybe but if you look at their total revenue, look, where are we with this, Philip? Are we in a loss, or where did your antenna telling you where are we going? Because I was told today that Tottenham will have 150 million to spend in the summer plus player sales.
Yeah, that's quite possible. Yeah, that's possible. Because don't forget, we've built up a credit in the previous, couple of years, or the way we've been operating the club. Yeah, that's quite possible. That's very possible. Yeah, and I'm expecting, and Ange's that more or less said it. We're going to be challenging for the title next year. Yeah, and that's what we all hope and pray for.
But I mean, here's Daniel Levy's statement. We weren't going to start this, but we might as well just start in this and then move over to the race to top four. Our turnover has exceeded £500 million for the first time. That's just that's money that you, me, Philip, can't even comprehend. Really can. Whilst UEFA money contributed, this has also been driven by increase in stadium revenues from both football and non-football events. Additional revenue streams. This is the impact of our Montague Stadium on what our board has been focusing on delivering in order to invest in non-football in a financially sustainable manner. The absolute priority for our club is to deliver on-pitch success. So he deserves his criticism, Philip.
Oh,
but
yeah.
Does he deserve his credit for doing it in a sustainable manner?
Yeah, I think he does. I think most Premiership chairmen would look at the way Tottenham are run with kind of envy. And none of them have got grounds that can cater for the multifaceted entertainment complex that we've got.
Yeah.
Let's face it, the ground is lying idle for 30 weeks in the year. You think about it. From the home game, away from the home games and the summer period and all that. So why not make use of it? Why not? I heard the figure, like we make over £1 million from a night of a concert there, maybe more.
Yeah.
Not more, maybe.
We make 6 million on the match day.
Yeah, taking the bar sales into consideration and everything as well. It's quite amazing what we can do.
Yeah.
And the NFL alone, the money that generates, yeah, give him credit. Now, I'll knock him when he does something wrong. I have no qualms about that. But I think at the moment, we've got to say he's got some credit in the bank for what he's been doing.
Yeah. Just a very quick result. Liverpool have returned to the top of the Premier League. They have beaten Sheffield United 3-1. Gakpo with this goal on the 90th minute. So Liverpool.
I'll tell you one thing. I'm watching the match here at the minute. It's one of the best games of the season. It's Chelsea and Man United.
Yeah.
It's like attack versus defense. It's unreal.
Yeah.
2 each
now,
at the minute.
You and me were going to do this as a watch along, but we
my God! I tell you, it's the best. It's the most entertaining game I've seen all season. Yeah. It could be 5 each at the minute. There's just both defenses are completely absent.
Yeah. Anyway, look, our net debt on June 30th was 677.4 million 2022. That's 626.1 million. Over 90% of our financial borrowings of 851.2 million are at a fixed rate. You understand this more than me, Philip.
Yeah, well, that's a great rate. That's a great rate to have borrowing. Borrowing now is more than twice that price at the moment.
Yeah.
So we've got our money fixed in at a low rate, and that has been very well organized. And that will not cause any problems down the road at all. That will be excellent.
When he says the average maturity of all our borrowings is 19 point, what does he mean by that, Philip, for layman terms for people?
It means the money won't be all paid off until about 2051. Average borrowing, the average maturity, 19.4 years from now, brings us to what, 2044? It's long-term stuff. It's long-term stuff, and that doesn't really mean that it's not eating into the daily take at the ground, if you like.
Yeah,
it's been very well worked out. Now, they obviously have a bank manager who's a Spurs fan that let them go that far, And
as prior years, no dividends has been paid. So
exactly. That's what I think. That's where we differ from Manchester United. In so much that the Glazers have been bleeding them dry, whereas the Spurs directors do not take a dividend, which is.
He says a little bit about Ange, Philip. He says the 23 was the first under Ange, was always going to be one of building for the future, seeing progress with the return of exciting tackling football. When we faced with significant player injuries, we continued to challenge for the highest possible place finish with 8 games still to play and hope to bring European football to our home stadium again. He also says about the women's side of this Tottenham. We have ambitions to further grow and invest in our women's team operations with more games to be hosted at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in 2024. One of these is already scheduled, our FA Cup semi-final against Leicester. Again, you can see live here or hear live here on THFC Till I Die. We're delighted to see our women's team reach the stage of the competition, and we'll be cheering them, hopefully, to their first ever FA Cup final. So that's interesting. And the under-21s as well went into their semi-final last night with a good win over Aston Villa, Philip, which I talked about earlier. And he goes on to say there was a proud moment when Tottenham Hotspur was chosen as the only London club stadium to host venues for Euro 2028. That's another big thing as well, Philip. People seem to forget this. We have probably the best stadium in London, if not the world.
We have. Oh yeah, we have. Can I just interrupt you there? Man United just put another nail in Pochettino's coffin. 3-2 to United after being 2-0 down.
I'd say Poch would be gone tonight. I guarantee you Poch may go tonight. I'm big up the Killian. He was going because I was talking on my own. I think he was getting sick of listening to me, to be fair. And then you come in and he comes back, Philip. So there you go. Yeah. Big up to Terry Wright. He says, big up, gents. Big up, Terry. And we've got El Tel Cockerell. Good evening, gentlemen. Good evening, El Tel Cockerell. Now, Philip, top four. Now, this has changed a bit. So Liverpool are now back on top, Philip. 2 points clear of Arsenal. Where are you going with the top four? Look. Let's start with the Championship first, Philip. Arsenal, Liverpool, Man City, and their games that got left. Arsenal have Brighton, Villa, Wolves, Chelsea, Spurs, Bournemouth, Man United, Everton. Liverpool have Sheffield United, which they've won tonight 3-1. Then they've got Man United the weekend, Crystal Palace, Fulham, Everton, West Ham, Tottenham, Villa, and Wolves. And Man City have Palace, Luton, Bournemouth, Forest, Wolves, Spurs, Fulham, and West Ham. Where you go? Look, I think Liverpool's going to win the league. You think Man City's going to win the league?
I think Man City's got the easiest run in there, to be honest with you.
But there's one thing: Tottenham have to play all three.
No, we're the common denominator in it, and I mean it's going to be tricky. I still think City will win it. I think they'll. Like last night showed me a bit what they can be like when they get going. They beat a good Villa team very easily last night. I mean, Liverpool struggled for a long time against Sheffield United. Sheffield United could have been 2-0 up in the first 2 minutes of that game tonight.
Yeah.
But the Liverpool grind out results. United are grinding out one against Chelsea, which isn't it's going to affect the top five too much. But I'd rather see Chelsea get a point tonight or something, not to United too close to us, Yeah. Anyway, Man City, Villa. Villa have got. I'm thinking of their race.
I just want to talk about the Championship first. Then we'll go down to four. So you still sticking by Man City to win the league?
I'm sticking by Man City. Yeah.
I think Liverpool's going to win the league. Do you think Tottenham will have a say in the Championship?
Well, we've got to because we're playing all three of them, and two of them at home and one away. So I mean, if we can actually be kingmakers here in this, we can either lay down and lose to all three of them, right? Which Tottenham teams in the past probably would have done. I don't see this team doing it. Or we can absolutely wreck the whole thing. We can wreck it for anybody by beating them. Wouldn't it just be marvelous for Arsenal to come to us and we hammer them?
Yeah.
Yeah. It happened 2 seasons ago. Do you remember when we beat them 3-0?
It did.
So, it's
yeah. Look, Philip, is there any games in there you think, apart from Tottenham, that it might be a bit of a tough one for Arsenal or Liverpool? Forget Man City Arsenal, because you think they're going to win anyway. But
across their game, Villa's going to be tough.
Yeah.
Chelsea is going to be tough. Spurs going to be tough. Man United's going to be tough. And who knows? The last game of the season, Everton could be fighting to stay up. So that's a tough enough run in. Liverpool, they've got United on Saturday, I think, on Sunday. That's a tough one. They've got Everton again, and they've got Spurs, and they've got Villa. Slightly easier, I think. Man City, I think, of the easiest one, really. They've got Palace, they've got Luton, they've got Brighton, Forest, Wolves, ourselves, Fulham, and West Ham. So I think that's the easier running of the three of them. And I think they'll capitalize on that.
Yeah, look, Arsenal's not winning the league. We can both agree on that, Philip.
No, that can't happen. That can't be allowed to happen. No.
And look, and let's be good. The last game of the season, Philip, you and me, 2 teams we think will win the league, going for the title. It's going to be a great end of the last week of the season. I don't know how we're going to do the last game, but are we going to do it as a Tottenham watch long or as an around the ground thing?
We'll have to wait and see how it pans out. Like if everything's done and dusted by the time that game comes around, which I don't think it will. I think it'll go with the last game. But do you know it's a common trend? It's the 3rd season running that Spurs have played away to a team that's been relegated.
Yeah, it is.
2 seasons ago, we beat Norwich 5-0.
Yeah.
Last season, we put 4 past Leeds, and now we're playing Sheffield United.
I know.
So the moral of the story is, when you see the fixtures coming out and you're playing Spurs last, you're relegated.
Yeah, basically.
Let's hope it's Arsenal next season.
Yeah. Now, Nick brought in a very good comment, and this is to go with the top four, with Villa playing Brentford, Arsenal, Bournemouth, Chelsea, Brighton and Palace, and Spurs are Forest, Newcastle, Arsenal, Liverpool, Bournemouth, Sheffield United is our last game, is away, but Manchester City and Chelsea are yet to be confirmed. So there's two games that are yet to be confirmed. Nick says Tottenham will pit Villa. I think that defeat by City will stick with them. Do you agree with him? Do you agree with Nick? I think we will pit Villa personally. But do you think that defeat by City will stick with them?
I think so. I mean, I'm looking, our game in hand is away against Chelsea, right? And the Chelsea defend the way they're doing tonight against us. Jesus, it could be a cricket score. You know. So, you know, I think we will pit Villa. Yeah, I think Villa will get the nosebleed. Plus the fact, the European involvement. Remember the last time they played the European match on a Thursday night, we played us after that and we hammered them 4-0. That's going to drain them a little bit. So, yeah, I think the fact that Spurs only have no Europe to worry about this season will stand us in good stead for the next few weeks.
Just to let you know, Angel Gabriel still hasn't found his donkey for Mary. Joseph's car broke down. So if you know any donkeys in Leitrim, would you send one down to Kildare for him?
Donkeys in Leitrim, all right.
He's got a long way to go to Croagh tonight or tomorrow. So the baby Spurs can be born under the Southwest Star. I'm swear to God, the Vatican are looking at this, Philip, and thinking, right, we need to lock these three fellas up and put them in the Vatican prison somewhere. You know, there'd be white smoke coming up the top of the Vatican tonight. Get them three Irish lads. Now, Philip, the race for the drop.
Yes.
Do you want to go through Everton? Do you want to go through the Everton and Forest and Luton? Do you want to go through who they've got? Like Everton down to Sheffield United.
Everton have got, who's that top one? Who's that? Can't see the top one anyway.
Okay, I do here, Philip. Sorry, it's Everton have got Burnley, Chelsea.
Burnley,
Forest,
sorry, it's Burnley. I couldn't make it out there. Burnley, Chelsea, Forest, Liverpool, Bournemouth, or Brentford, sorry, Luton, Brentford, and Arsenal.
No, Sheffield United and Arsenal.
Sheffield United and Arsenal.
Yeah.
That's a tough one. That's tough. They've got to play Liverpool. They play two of the top three plus Chelsea, and also they're also playing two of the teams scrapping for points around them.
Yeah.
Luton and Sheffield United and Forest, obviously.
Yeah,
so that's a tough one. Forest. Well, let's hope we set them on their way on Sunday when we hammer them. They've got Wolves. They've got Everton. They've got Man City, Sheffield United, Chelsea, and Burnley. Yeah, that's fairly tough. And Luton. Luton, my ones to go down, I think I'm going to stick my neck out. I'm going to say Luton are going to survive.
Yeah.
I think Luton have enough fight in them to survive. Sheffield United are almost down anyway, right? Already. Burnley are going to join them. So I think it's between Forest and Everton, whoever does the drop there. And I'm gonna go with Forest to go down. Everton to survive by the skin of their teeth, as they've done in recent seasons. And that's the way. So Sheffield United, Burnley, and Forest to go down.
Yeah. Look, for me, if I think Everton will go down, I think Forest and Luton will stay up. I think Everton are not. I mean, look at Forest, they've got us, Wolves, Everton, City, Sheffield United, Chelsea, and Burnley. You look at Luton, they have played Man City as well. They play Everton and West Ham. All the bottom three still got to play each other around. Now, Sheffield United are gone. They're relegated for them. They're absolutely,
I think so,
that's them gone. Burnley, I think, are gone as well. Is it the weekend Sheffield United could get relegated this weekend? I think the games left.
No, I don't think so. No. They're 7 points behind. They're 7 points, or 6 points, 10 points from relegation, right? Or from safety.
Yeah.
And they've got 7 matches to go, 21 points. No, not yet. Not yet.
No. Look, for me, I think Forest will stay up. I think Luton will stay up. I think Everton's the one to go down. And if Arsenal were in the chance to win the league, Philip, at the last game of the season, that won't be very good for me, for Everton.
Well, that's why I think Everton might just stay up on the last day by denying Arsenal the title. That'd be a good one, wouldn't it?
That would be good. That would be very good. So, really, Philip, who are you going for the title then? Where's your instinct for top four and the
Still
title?
Man City. It's never ever changed. It's going to be the order's going to be Man City, Liverpool, Arsenal, Spurs. That's the top four.
Yeah, and for me, I'm gonna be the same, Philip. I'm the same with you. Right, now we're gonna go on to a little man. It was the maestro himself, Mr. Captain himself on the weekend, Philip. Of course, it was Sonny. It was his 400th appearance for Tottenham Hotspur. He's the first Asian to score 100 goals in the Premier League. He's an all-time top 5 goal scorer when he hit number 160. Ange said, I had no hesitation making him captain, and his performance has been outstanding. If anything, it's taken him to a new level. Ange Postecoglou on Sonny. Then his Premier League record, Philip, is 295 appearances, 118 goals, and 60 assists. His full all-time Spurs record appearance for Tottenham is 400 appearances, 160 goals, and 82 assists. And of course, the honour is he was the Golden Boot winner in the 21-22 season.
Mm-hmm.
Philip, where you were Sonny, he has been a great example for the club. He's been a great asset to the club. He's been a great ambassador for the club. Will he go down as one of the all-time greats at Tottenham, do you think, of modern
era? In my opinion, he will. I saw Andy Townsend reckons he isn't even a legend, which is bullshit. Sonny he's probably, I'd say, one of the nicest, most genuine people you could meet. He is such I don't know. I don't think he did last week summed him up really. There was a lot of South Koreans waiting outside the training ground, and he came out with a security man to say hello to them. Now, do you ever see that really in this day and age?
No.
He's just very, very thoughtful. He's modest. He's modest to a fault. I mean, look at his record. Jesus, I mean, he's either scored or contributed in over 60% of the games he's played in.
Yeah.
It's an incredible record. I think he's an absolute great guy. He's a national hero in Korea.
Yeah.
You can't walk down the street without getting mobbed.
No.
So, he's a model professional. If only some of the earlier players or the players that take a note out of his book, like Sir Rashford and stuff, they might become better players. So.
Look at his Premier League record itself, Philip. It's unreal. I mean, that's just his Premier League record. That is something else. And his full-time record, Philip. I mean, 82 assists and 160 goals.
I mean, if you look at that, it's 242 in 242 goals or assists in 400 matches. That's 60%. It's incredible. It really is.
We've got Boris Britt saying I wouldn't be surprised if he ended up running for their version of Parliament later in his life.
I wouldn't be surprised if he ended up as Prime Minister. Seriously,
he'd be very good as Prime Minister, Sonny. He would. And Tequila says Sonny is my hero. He is. Philip, look, big up to Sonny. Congratulations. And look, he will win a trophy with us, Philip. Look, I want you to look at these stats, right? There was a stat today or yesterday that Ange, at this time of the season, has more points than Conte did in the year we got top 4. I think we got 57 points, where Conte only had 53.
Yeah, okay.
Right. Now, this is the 22-23 whole of the season, Philip. 38 games played, 80 wins, 14 losses, 70 goals scored, 63 conceded, 10 clean sheets. Right. And there's other bits of information, the attacks and the goals, if you really want to look into it. 70 goals, 10 clean sheets, 63 conceded, and goals conceded per match was 1.66. You look at this season, okay, when we're still 8 games to go. We're better now. Are we have we seen an improvement from last season to this, Philip? And by how much?
Well, I mean, just work it out here. I'm just going to work it out. Just 1 second now. We'll work something out here.
I mean, we goals conceded 44, and we conceded 63 last year.
Well, I'm looking at the points. We finished up last season with 60 points, right?
Yeah.
We already have 57 with 8 games to go.
Yeah.
right? So we're 3 points behind. Okay, we can level that total on Sunday with 7 games to go. So that's a huge, huge improvement. No, I think this season has been. I always thought this season will be a sort of a formation season for Ange. He gets to know the club, gets to know the players, and I always said next season is going to be the one we're going to hit the spot. Ange has more or less said that today. We're going to be challenging for the title next season, and when Ange says that, I absolutely believe him because he knows who's coming in the summer.
Yeah.
He's got his squad, who he wants to come in. He might not always get them all. And he knows who's leaving. So, yeah, it's going to be an absolutely very, very interesting close season for Spurs. And I think next season is going to be the one.
Yeah. Any of them stats there surprise you, Philip? Look, I'll go back to last season.
To be honest with you, Dermot, I look back on last season as an absolute aberration. It was horrible. The last 2 months of last season, I want to forget completely.
Yeah.
Because we capitulated.
But if you look at the stats there, did that stats worry you? 14 losses, 18 wins.
Yeah, they worried me then. Yeah, of course they did.
And look at it now. We've lost 7 less games than we did in the whole of last season.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Do you know where you on Ange and Conte? As a question I had in my head for you and Dave tonight, but what went wrong for Conte, do you think, Philip? Where do you think it went so wrong for him that the players lost interest, he lost interest, the board lost interest? Where did it go horribly wrong in your opinion?
Conte thought he was doing us a favour by coming to Spurs.
Yeah.
That he won trophies everywhere he went. He thought he was coming to us and he could do the same thing. Okay, Tottenham's slightly different than the other clubs he worked with. I think it started well when he got his top 4 the first season. Well, this is all right, but it's a style of football I think that got people. I mean, we weren't playing attacking football. We were letting teams come on to us. We weren't good enough to defend that type of game. And no, I think the fans fell out with him very quickly. His comments after the Southampton game. I think that's when he lost the dressing room. When he came after the 3-3. Okay, maybe he was
sacked, Philip. He wanted to be sacked. He was
actually, it was equivalent of putting the gun to his own head.
Yeah. Levy wouldn't sack him. He wouldn't resign. So he said, right, I'm now going to put the ball in your court. You're now going to have to make a decision.
It was constructive. It was constructive dismissal on his behalf. He made the bullets and he knew they'd be fired in the end,
Yeah. But I think the AC Milan game for me, Philip, is where I drew the line last season.
Yeah,
you and me walked away from that game, Philip, and you and me, we both said to each other, "That's a stunt." And you look at Tottenham. How did we do the rest of the channel work we did to the end of last season, Philip? There's some days we did not want to be there.
Didn't want to be there. Like I remember Dermot going back to the hotel at Stansted Airport that night after the match, right? And all the Spurs fans kind of landed back around the same time.
Yeah.
And we were all sitting around the bar having a drink, and it was silent.
Yeah.
There was nobody talking. We were just trying to take in what had been, what we've had to endure the previous 90 minutes. We went over there. Spent good money to get there. It was an expensive trip. The ticket price. We spent a lot of money, and the team did not even raise a flag that day. It was horrible. I think that was their vote of confidence in Conte. That was it.
Yeah. I mean that was. I spent 4 days. I did content with you for the channel. We were over there doing bits and pieces, and it was like, really, is that what we got? Now, can I say the fans gave it their all that night, Philip? That's one thing that left me. That South Stand was rocking that night.
The fans always do. But there was a lot of discontent as well.
Yeah.
There was a lot of ill feeling towards Conte that night. It really was. And I think, for me, that was of all my years supporting Spurs, right? I've had 3 low points, right? The relegation in '77. Losing to Coventry in '87 and that AC Milan game. They were the 3 low points in my Spurs career. And
you're not going to let the Coventry thing go, are you? You're not going to let the Coventry...
it's still there, so...
No. By the way, where's your golden fiddle?
Where's me what?
Because you're the devil that went down to Leitrim. looking for a soda
We'll
still.
go to Georgia. Yeah, Charlie Daniels band. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I know. I don't. I have a golden drum kit and stuff.
Yeah, that's it. Boris Britt says, I'm pretty sure doesn't Don Belle's contract expire in the summer? I think it does actually. What frees up around 200k a week in wages? Tequila saying Poch is getting sacked in the morning. Look, if I get news Poch is going to get sacked, you hear it here first.
I just have to relocate here. I'll be back in a minute.
Okay.
Hi, Ola. How are you doing?
Don't worry, that's not Philip on there on the thing. That's Colin. Duncan calling back top Spurs. You had your chance, exactly, Tequila. And then big up Michael McDonald. I haven't seen you for a while, Michael. It says Spurs are up and down like Bridges night these days. Yeah. Listen, guys, I need a favour from you. We're only 5 away from 1,800. And I've been diggling around the 1,791, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can you do me a favour? Can 5 of you get your dog, get your garden gnome, even get your goldfish, set up an account for Barney the Bear and just hit that subscription button. Let me get to 1,800 tonight. Make Dermatron a happy bunny. And if you do, we're only 200 away from 2K, where we want to kick on the season for 2K. And have you got anything else to talk about tonight, Mr. Brady?
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to. The internet's getting very weak here again.
Yeah. Well, listen, I think we're at the end of it anyway, Philip. Just a little bit on the under-21s last night, Philip. Beating Villa 3-1. They've reached the semi-final. Goals from Donnelly, Santiago and Lancashire. How impressed have you been with the under-21s this season?
They've been very good. They've been great.
Yeah.
They went unbeaten there for a long, long number of games, you know.
Yeah.
But well, I was just thinking, like, fun, just on my partner shot, wouldn't it be funny if the first trophy to come to Spurs, to a senior team, came to the ladies this season?
Listen, it's a game we are going to cover on the 14th, and next season we're going to do a full season coverage of the women's side. Philip, where are you going with that for the women? Do you think they could win the FA Cup?
Oh yeah, why not? We beat Leicester a couple of weeks ago, so we can beat them again. Yeah, no problem. Yeah.
Philip, I'm back tomorrow at 4. You're not back tomorrow because you're busy.
No, I'm not back.
But
on Saturday.
You are back on Saturday. We're doing loads of pre-records, guys, for you for the Forest game. And yeah, Philip, if you need to go, just go.
I need to go. Listen, lads, keep the faith, and let's get a good win on Sunday as well. So
yeah, okay, Philip. I'll see you Saturday for Around the Grounds.
Yeah, no problem. See you, lads.
Okay, see you later, Philip. Bye now. Bye. There is Mr. Brady. Yeah, we are going to end it there, guys. It isn't the normal podcast tonight that usually you like, and I do apologize from that. I like to put on perfect shows for you guys and proper shows, and I felt tonight's been a bit of a hit and miss show, so I do apologize. But all will be back to normal next week. Tomorrow I'm back at 4, of course, with the Daily Hotspur news. I'm going to go over the Premier League results of this week. We're going to look at what does that mean for Tottenham for the race to top 4. What does it mean for the to beat the drop down in the bottom tree? Then we've got Around the Grounds on Saturday. Myself, Philip, Brad, and Colin all going to come on. Colin's going to look after Doncaster and the lower leagues. Brad's going to look after the Championship first, and then Philip's going to look after the game on Premier Sports. I'm then going to look after all the scores and everything. And everywhere from the Scottish League to every league. So we're going to do it as sort of Sky Sports. So we're doing that on Saturday. Of course, I'm back on Sunday with a double bill from Dermatron. I'm on at 11 o'clock or half 11 with Bobby with the Celtic versus Rangers Celtic game, the Scottish Glasgow derby. We're going to bring you that. And then I'm on Dave, I think, at 2 for the pre-match pump-up against Forest. And then, of course, at 6 o'clock or 5:45, I'll be back here, guys, with the watch-along for Tottenham versus Forest. So you got that coming. We've got pre-records as well, doing as well all over the weekend. So we will give you up the best we can do. We got Tequila. Never mind, Dermo. You did your best. Go and get David Donkey. There's one about to be free at Stamford Bridge. Yeah, I was thinking that, Tequila, but I will speak to Dave. Did he get married to Mayo? That's what I want to know. But do you know the Angel Gabriel? He always have a trick up his sleeve. Well, I'm off now to find me other 5 commandments. I'm sure Mrs. Tron has them written for me somewhere. Either that, or I'm going to go up to the man upstairs and ask for a refund. And if anyone's watching from the Vatican, you will never find me. It's all Tequila's fault. Blame him. Big up to Mike, who goes, yes, because we're doing the Glasgow Derby. On that bombshell, see you tomorrow at 4. Come on, you Spurs, in Big Ange we trust. And I'll tell you what, I'm going to play out this. Come on, you Spurs.